Well, I think we still have to see what is going to come through. For the moment, I think there's too much excitement here for no good reason. Of course, it's great that the two leaders have met. It's better than having a war in Korea. But in the long term, I would say that trusting North Korea to fulfill its obligations or to stick to letter of agreement is not a very reliable not a very reliable prospect, and we can see this from history of North Korea's relations with not just its enemies but its allies as well.
But given President Trump's rejection of a communique at the G7 that he apparently signed up to, are there good reasons to question whether the leader of the free world is willing to keep the agreement as well?
Well, of course, Donald Trump here is the unpredictable factor in this equation. You know, North Korea is actually very predictable as a country. For years and years and years, it has wanted to do the same thing. It has wanted this relationship with the United States. It has reached out. It wanted bilateral dialogue. It got it. It got what it wanted. So Kim Jong-un there scored a major victory. As for the United States, obviously we have seen something of a wild trajectory here for the United States foreign policy, and I'm not in a position here to judge where it might lead.
You've been walking through history and looking back at the grandfather. I think it's quite interesting to see that the country wasn't always poverty-stricken, that there were times of prosperity. Do you think that we will see a pivot towards a wealthier nation, one that we've not seen for many decades now?
Well, I would contest your statement there. North Korea, of course, had it at one point after the Korean War. North Korea was developing relatively quickly, but then it became very clear by the 1970s that it was falling behind South Korea. And by the 1980s, it basically lost out in this competition. For years, Kim Il-sung, the founder of the Kim dynasty, was hoping that he would reunify Korea on his terms. But by the 1980s, it was clear that it was not going to happen, that North Korea was flanked there by a much more powerful, economically prosperous rival. And this maybe is the source of North Korea's insecurities and North Korea's nuclear program. In fact, there was a very interesting moment in 1992. If you sort of think to the end of the Cold War, everybody expected North Korea to fold at that point. There was a moment in September 1990 when Soviet foreign minister visited North Korea, and at that time there was a conversation between Kim Jong-nam, who's still one of the senior figures in the North Korean leadership, and Shevardnadze, the Soviet foreign minister, in which the North Koreans basically were saying, so you think that we will be swallowed up like East Germany? We will not allow this to happen, and so we will pursue a nuclear program just to make sure that this doesn't happen. So if you think back to that moment, you can kind of see where this determination by North Korea to maintain or to develop a nuclear deterrent actually originated.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.